Asian lady. What kind of Asian are you? Chinese? I love it. What's your name? Coco? Koto? Tong Tong. Talk Talk. Talk Talk? Talk Talk? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I just downloaded that app last week.
That gotta be one of the most quietest comedy shows I've ever heard. It sounds like he's in the room by himself. You don't hear no crowd.
The racist comedian Tony Hinchcliffe, who disrespected George Floyd at the Kevin Hart roast and the Tom Brady roast, and continued to try to make black people the butt of every joke of his.
Yeah, so this title, G, they said a racist comedian finally got his karma today. I'm guessing that's who he talking about, man. The buddy who was talking about, you feel me, Floyd at the at Kevin Hart little opening, G.
His karma.
Like Bill Cosby, Hart is a black comedian from Philadelphia, and like Bill Cosby, women don't know when Kevin is inside of them. You've done good though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe.
Wait, let's see Kevin Hart's face.
God bless you, Kevin.
This dude's entire shtick as a comedian is making racist jokes about minority groups. He's not really that funny at all, to be honest. But he relies on the outrage from these minority groups so they can make a big fuss about it. He gets a moment. He goes viral. People are talking about him. And then he rakes in the cash and the reward from the virality. Because even though he does terrible comedy, the numbers are still there due to the backlash. He already finessed us once with the George Floyd joke. Because black folks was outraged, the conversation got extended, he got a moment, the moment lasted a really long time. This was a cultural conversation. So, like, his cachet increased. Pissing off black folks worked, right? Because he can go back to his audience and say, I'm Tony Hinchcliffe. I'm the edgy one who's gonna say what these comedians won't say. The clout we gave him for the George Floyd joke got sweet in his mouth, and he tried to replicate the moment. He tried to finesse us again into making his Netflix special into a viral cultural moment, and it didn't work. It fell flat on his face because black folks just ignored it, like, completely. And because we ignored it and didn't give him the moment, people had to judge the comedy special just off the jokes. And what proceeded to follow is one of the most disastrous, epic failures in the history of Netflix special.
All right, so it looks like Tony Hinchcliffe, who you might recognize.
Get us harassed, G. Like, why they keep bringing it up, G? Like, it's all said and done, G. I remember this happening, like, what, a month or two ago? Like, come on, now.
As the zesty host and founder of Kill Tony, just released a brand new comedy special on Netflix recently titled Man of the People. And unsurprisingly enough, it was so weird and terrible that you honestly can't even consider it as comedy. If anything, it was more of like a boring racist TED Talk with audience participation involved.
You have black friends? What's one of their names? Sean. Wow, perfect. Deshaun. Now I believe you.
No laugh.
I mean, it was very clearly tailored for an audience that enjoys predictable racial stereotype jokes, pro-ICE talking points, and an endless stream of glaze for Donald Trump. But to make it even worse, there weren't even any clever punchlines. Like, he would just say a racial stereotype out loud and expect a massive roar from the audience.
I study all the different cultures, and coming from an all-black neighborhood, you learn a lot. What's a big stereotype about black guys? Here's one that you've probably heard. Black men love eating chicken. And my studies show that that's true. Black men do love eating chicken. We all love eating chicken, but black men fucking love eating chicken.
First off, I'm so proud of us, man. Us sitting back and refusing to be outraged and just allowing people to judge the special based on the jokes was the best thing we could have done, man. Because bro drowning. Look at the jokes he thought was Netflix special worthy. You won't even be able to guess the punchline of this joke. I didn't even show y'all the punchline yet. The punchline is so terrible, it's so horrible that I can't even begin to fathom why a comedian would think this is funny. But he was relying on just
stage. This look like the same stage that Ari Spears and, you feel me, Mike Epps. Wait, it wasn't Mike Epps. It was who? Kevin Hart. It was a bunch of other people, bro.
Just spewing hateful racism. thinking
like
we
that
will be
same
outraged.
stage,
We'll make this big stir about it. It will be controversy, and then people will run to the special to watch it. And then he gets his moment, but no, that didn't happen. Here is the punchline that he thought was Netflix special worthy. Again, the setup was black men love chicken. Here's the punchline.
What you don't know, if you don't have a lot of black friends, is what I know, which is that black men do not love eating eggs. Interesting, right? Because even in the chicken world, they don't want to be around their children.
Nigga, what?
What?
What? And bro really sat there too. Like, bro really sat there like, right, like, yeah, I said it, guys. Man, that was just, it wasn't even some good racism. It just wasn't funny. It was piss poor. It was trash, which is why the reviews on this comedy special is so terrible. Bro went out of his way to try
to Netflix like what, yesterday, G? This didn't even pop up. Usually, bro, if it's a new comedy show, G, they'll pop it up. This ain't in the ratings, bro. People don't want to see this, man.
Because the butt of the joke and it failed, bro. What kind of joke is that? Oh, black men love chicken, but they don't love eggs. You know why? Because even in the chicken world, that don't even logically make sense. Black men are not in the chicken world. What are you talking about?
What?
The eggs aren't the black men kids. What are you talking about? Black men eat chicken. Wouldn't the eggs be the kids of the chicken? So what would that have to do with the black men? Huh? Or the chicken? Like, again, the joke itself doesn't even make sense. This man just said, yo, ChatGPT, man, write me the most racist joke about black people that like you can find.
Hey, nah, for real.
And let me spew it. Gee, this entire comedy special was him trying his hardest to piss off black people. He was trying, bro. This man pulled every stop, bro. He made every joke under the sun he could make, and it just didn't work.
I've never said the N-word before on stage. But if you ever stub your toe in the middle of the night, try it.
Y'all got denim? Hold on the website, y'all? Ain't no way you guys are a print-on-demand company.
I really enjoy watching American Read That podcast cringe. Even my boy Comedy Reinforcement, who just came back after like a year off. I really enjoy watching them cook these dudes. It's my guilty pleasure to watch them cook these dudes, bro. Like these far-right, extreme, like Austin comedy scene. These dudes have realized like a year or two ago, hey, bro, we don't really got to be funny. All we really got to be able to do is piss off people and say, I guess, offensive things. And if we say offensive things and cater to the worst society has to offer, then we'll always, for the most part, have a career, right? Because we just piss off people who don't like us anyway, and they'll watch us because they're mad, and then we can still get the money from, like these deplorables and degenerates who find jokes like this funny. But the reason why his comedy special bombed, and we're starting to see the accelerated downfall of a lot of these far-right, edgy comedians, especially in Austin, is because they were not predicting for the climate to change so fast. See, when in 2023 or 2024, when they was doing this nonsense, it was edgy, they were the first, it was offensive, and the deplorables with an appetite for this type of degeneracy, this was the only place they could get it at. But because the climate has changed so fast after Trump got elected, now the degenerates, who essentially was their audience and was like their fan base, they got a larger appetite for a greater level of sensationalism because racism is now normalized now, bro. Right? It's not good enough to just give some racist jokes down. You got to go outside and call black folks the hard R like Chud the Builder. You gotta come on Twitter and do something just absolutely like degenerate and offensive. Because racism is now normalized, the appetite for a sensationalism is now greater. So now, like, from like the vanilla, middle of the mill, like racism ain't really hitting no more. So now they're faced with two options. Like, just absolutely burn any and everything you've built for yourself, or continue to do this vanilla cupcake racism and just be ignored by both sides and both parties. And maybe you get lucky if you do something like, you know, like the Netflix roast where you're in proximity to Kevin Hart, who we care about, and you do something like that, then you might get a moment. But doing it on your own, nobody cares about it anymore. Your audience doesn't find it funny, right? Because it's lowbrow racism. And black folks don't care about it because we don't care about you. So now you have to drown. Again, it didn't stop here. He continued and tried to antagonize almost every minority group, Black, Asians. He really tried his best to get a moment, and it just failed.
Aside from the blatant racism masked in the cadence and delivery of a good joke, what makes this special even worse is that it was made up of probably 80% crowd work. Like most of the time,
why the man gotta
Tony was just making conversation with people sitting in the front row, which is pretty sad considering the fact that all the elite comics Tony thinks he's on par with rarely ever include audience interactions in their official comedy specials. Like, these are supposed to be extremely fine-tuned, hour-long sets of the best material they've come up with over the past few years. So the fact that this special mainly consisted of boring, racist crowd work really just shows you how Tony Hinchcliffe is a white belt in stand-up comedy.
Asian lady, what kind of Asian are you? Chinese? I love it. What's your name? Coco? Koto? Tong Tong. Talk Talk. Talk Talk? Talk Talk? Talk Talk? Yeah. I'm pretty sure I just downloaded that app last week. Holy
So the most hilarious part about this special is that these jokes are essentially the best material Tony could come up with over the past 10 years. Like, this is the set that he thought was worthy for his official Netflix special, which is just super pathetic. I mean, it's no wonder he had his last Netflix special, One Shot, completely scrubbed from the internet. He wasn't good at comedy back then, and by the looks of whatever this slop is that he just released, he isn't good at comedy now. I mean, it just seems as if he stopped progressing as a comedian.
Objectively, that's just bad. Like, that's just terrible. That's just one of the worst jokes I think I've ever heard in my life. Yo, you would think this dude was, I don't know, at like an open mic or something, bro, just trying out comedy for the first time. You wouldn't think that this is like a seasoned comedian who got a Netflix comedy special deal. Are you crazy? This is just...
That gotta be one of the most quietest comedy shows I've ever heard. It sounds like he's in the room by himself. You don't hear no crowd, bro.
Bad. It's
the person who recorded that clip, they not silencing the sound.
It's horrible.
It's just that
now
quiet.
Get this. Apparently, Buddy is so talentless, right? He has no skills whatsoever that he was actually repeating jokes that he told in the past. So he told jokes in the past that he thought worked. He repeated it during his special, and it still ain't hit. He still flopped. It still wasn't funny. People still laughed at him
once Kill Tony took off, because this comedy special was so lazy that even some of the jokes in the special were recycled from previous ones. Like that one joke he told about how Elon Musk's rockets could deport the most amount of illegal immigrants in the fastest way possible. That joke was pretty much identical to the joke he told in that poor quality Twitter special he put out following the Trump rally controversy.
Look, immigration's real. And now our president has brought into the fold to help our government the one and only Elon Musk, a man whose fifth most important job is building the world's largest rockets, flying them to outer space, and then flying them back seamlessly. Trump's teamed up with Elon Musk. You gotta love it. The Rocket Man.
Bro, what are we
What's my point?
To,
Do you have any idea how fast you can get illegal immigrants back to where they came from? On a rocket? You know how fast you can get illegal immigrants back where they came from? In a rocket?
telling that joke the first time was bad enough. Thinking that it was funny enough to tell for a second time is like it's nuts and it's insane. Now this dude is very aware that everybody thinks his comedy special is dirt, is doggish, is trash, and he responded to it, and he's making nothing but excuses, bro. He's blaming Netflix for the edits. He's coming up with every excuse possible for why this comedy special is dirt and is trash, other than I'm talentless, I got no talent, I'm trash, I'm dirt, I tried to rely on the outrage of black folks for me to win, and it didn't work this time.
Oh, predictable punchlines by Tony Hinchcliffe. Seen a few of those reviews this week. By the way, had to make some edits thanks to our friends over at Netflix, and gave myself a little joke book after my special release this week. So, all of you, I hate you. I'm an artist that takes incredible risks. You can all suck my fat. Anyway, well,
black folks, we should be giving ourselves a round of applause, man. We should learn to ignore more idiots like this.
If we keep on acting like this, man, we already know, G, if we don't feed into it, then they ain't gonna really want to talk about that, G, because that ain't gonna be what probably get them the most bread, G. So, hey, let me know what y'all thinking about this in the comments, man. Don't forget to like, share, man. Thank y'all for subscribing, man.